Yeah.
Cabin pressure.
This is outrageous.
Yeah. Cabin pressure. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Yo.
It's been too long. Welcome back to Cabin Pressure, episode 2.
Dos.
And I never got back to you about the fun fact, Fred.
You didn't know?
I didn't, and I still don't have one, but I do have a rather charming anecdote
Let me just,
about what happened over the weekend.
Let me just move my Lidl's own hazelnut crisp milk chocolate stick.
Ooh.
Just so I don't munch them throughout.
I have an anecdote that I will get to later on,
Yep.
and
Oh, I
that
know
will
the
serve
anecdote.
as my fun fact.
I know the anecdote. I know the one.
So, Fred, allow me to open my notebook of surprises.
My notebook of wonder.
Yep. Right. So we decided it's going to be a bit more structured, haven't we? So first half, bit of banter. Second half, covering a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The movie we'll be covering today, if you want to skip ahead, might be a timestamp if we're clever enough to work out how to do that. But there might
I know how
not
to
be.
do it. It's just whether I can be bothered to do it.
You are so not invited to my bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Is the movie, not what I just said to you. That's the movie that we're
Yep.
covering today. So look forward to that. That'll
Can
be a
I
barrel of
also
laughs.
just point out, for our dedicated listeners, it's a lot cooler in this cabin than it was last week. So
Yes.
my head may be clearer than
That's
it was
good.
last week.
That is good, isn't it? So, I guess let's just get started.
Yeah.
Let's get started. I've
Get
got
stuck
written
in.
down this news story, Fred.
Yes, the one.
The one. I think
Uh,
it's quite funny.
The headline, which I cannot remember.
Man arrested after trying to run from Florida to London in a makeshift hamster wheel.
That's the one. That's the one.
Always. Always with these Florida men, Fred. It's the Florida
it's
men.
always the Florida man.
It's the Florida, never the Florida women.
How big is Florida?
How big is Florida?
Hmm.
I don't know.
How many men are in Florida?
How many men?
And how many of them can do stupid things like this? Can they keep it up, is what I'm asking.
I think so. It's mental though, isn't it? How many
many
situations they
they're
get themselves
always-
into?
You can Google Florida man and then put any word
Yeah.
and something will come up. We've got content for days
Yeah.
just on the back
Any
of Florida
word.
man.
Florida man, Blue's Clues. Something will come up. So it said on the article that it wasn't the first time
Yeah.
he'd attempted to do so. To cross the
Several times.
Atlantic, the Pacific, where would it be?
The Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Across the pond.
I can't imagine even trying this once, let alone. Did it say how many times? It's the fourth time.
Fourth time. Yeah,
What?
It's bizarre.
Why is he so desperate?
To get...
Do you think it was the same hamster wheel every time? Do you think they just
No,
deported
no,
him
no.
and his hamster wheel?
No, I think he's failed numerous times. He keeps coming back
Right.
with bigger and better.
I'm sort of imagining him as like a Dr. Doofenshmirtz type
Hmm.
character
Yeah.
building his hamster wheels. It sounds like the plot to a Danger Mouse episode.
I'm sure there is a film based on it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of there was an old YouTuber. I don't think he's still going. His name was Kill 'Em for the Win. It started with like Call of Duty videos, but then he eventually started doing like stunts, like Jackass style stunts, and they were real. And then it got to the point where they started to become so heavily scripted, and he's admitted they were scripted.
Yeah.
And one of them I remember very distinctly was I nailed myself into a wooden crate and sent myself across the border, and he basically got into like this box
Yeah.
and they like nailed the box shut,
Yeah.
and they like showed video footage of them pushing this box into the ocean.
Right.
And then it was like all him in this box like, oh, I've got my bread to keep me going, I've got my bread, I've got my drinks, I've got my fluids. And then like he'd like it'd show like the box washing up onto the French beach, and like a man would come with a crowbar and like, break the box open Indiana Jones style, and like, and he'd get out. This is the real version of that.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm imagining just a massive Zorb, but maybe it was more high tech than that. I don't think you could cross the Atlantic in a Zorb.
No.
It'd be fun.
I'd love to try it.
Yeah. That would be really fun until you died, which wouldn't be as fun. But it says he didn't. So they got him ashore, and he didn't leave the wheel for 3 days.
He refused. He refused to leave the wheel.
I'm wondering, where'd he get his food? I'm thinking maybe he kept it in his cheeks.
Like a hamster does.
Maybe he kept it in his cheeks. So 3 wheels. 3 wheels? 3 oh god.
4 occasions.
4 wheels.
This is the 4th occasion.
I was thinking of cheese wheels, I'm sorry. 3 days
Were they all
in the wheel for 3 days.
Were they all makeshift hamster wheels? These
I
they described them as vessels in the article.
Vessels.
Were they all the same style of vessel?
So maybe a hamster wheel like in an inflatable ball.
My personal favourite part of this story, so this is where it got serious for a bit.
Yeah.
He got a trigger out.
Yeah.
And went, if you get me out of this ball,
yeah,
I'm blowing myself up.
I'm
blowing myself up.
They brought the
bomb squad. They brought the bomb squad in, and when the bomb squad got there, he went, actually, it's not a real bomb.
He brought out 2 12-inch knives.
Yes, he did.
He's a dangerous man. I don't know why.
Maybe that's why he's trying to. Maybe he's like, they've had his like passport revoked.
Maybe
he's so dangerous. He's like, well, I'm going to London.
It surprises me that they've let him do it 4 times.
Why is he not in prison
they haven't been
after
keeping
the first
a
time?
close watch on him?
Yeah.
Or maybe it surprises me he's not some sort of psychiatric ward.
Maybe they have been keeping a close watch on him, and like he's like got like a fake dummy of himself.
Yeah.
So that rise and shine.
You see a hamster Scott. That's his calling card. Sounds like a Batman villain origin story, doesn't it? Washed ashore, the hamster.
The hamster.
I always thought hamster had a P in it. Maybe that's
You
just me
did.
being stupid.
Who would play the hamster? Who would play the hamster in
Who'd play the hamster?
Matt Reeves' Batman universe?
Timothy Spall.
I'm not opposed to that.
No.
You can do serious chops, as we saw with Peter Pettigrew.
He'd be older. On the older side. I think
Or we could do, or we could go for more. Matt Reeves seems to be taking
Bill Skarsgård as well.
But Matt Reeves seems to be taking the more like awkward young man approach.
Yeah.
So maybe like a Michael Cera.
That's a good shout.
Show off his serious acting chops. I reckon he could do it.
I heard a Michael Cera song came up on my recommended on Spotify.
Clay Pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song that.
Really liked it.
Yeah.
And I listened to it because I was just listening to it walking the dog, and I had my headphones in and I had my phone in my pocket. And it was like on shuffle or whatever. So I didn't like know who it was. I was like, I'm gonna listen to that again. I listened to it like 3 times, and then when I got home, I was like, "Who was that?" And I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Michael Cera.
Listened to it again, I was like, "I can hear that."
Have you heard? You've seen? I assume you've seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I think I've seen it once, but I didn't really.
Have you heard the song "Black Sheep" from that?
No. Have you seen Juno?
I've seen Juno.
Yeah. Anyone Else But You.
Yeah.
The Mouldy Peaches cover.
Yeah.
That's good. I like the original.
Hmm.
But yeah. It surprised me. Not the lyrics. I tried to learn it, but.
Is it difficult?
It's not difficult, but it's like I don't know the picking pattern. I can't remember.
Michael Cera is a talented gentleman.
Yeah.
As we've discovered with Clay Pigeons.
He is a talented gentleman, and showed his versatility in Barbie as well.
Yeah. Want some more, Alan?
Want some more, Alan?
What would you say your favourite Michael Cera film is?
Superbad.
Superbad.
I think Superbad's the funniest film of all time. Well,
I disagree.
I think it's the funniest American film of all time.
I can agree with you on that. I think my favourite Michael Cera film is probably. I'm a fan of Superbad.
Yeah.
But Sausage Party.
I've never seen it.
Have you not?
Never seen it. I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah, he's a hot dog.
He's a hot dog. Is he the hot dog?
No, he's not the hot. The hot dog is Seth Rogen.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to think of other films that Michael Cera's been. You chat whilst I get Michael Cera's filmography.
This Is the End.
I've never seen that. I really want to. That's the one where they all play. It's when they all play each other, isn't it? Not each other. They play themselves.
Yeah, they play themselves. Yeah. Michael Cera gets sucked off in the bathroom.
Does he?
By like 5 women. I think that's kind of the joke.
Yeah, he's Michael Cera. The picture that they've got of Michael Cera on Letterboxd, he dons a beard.
Ooh, He's actually quite a handsome young man, isn't he?
He is.
When you think about it. Yeah, let me talk about Superbad for a minute. Superbad is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, what is there to say apart from what I've just said? I mean, I think it's one of the best comedies in the way that it's got, the awkwardness of being that age and whatever and all that shit going on. But then, at the end, it almost makes me cry every time I watch the end.
It's one of those things where the upbeats are so up and the downbeats are so down.
So good.
So, I've got Michael Cera's filmography up here.
Yeah. Take me through it. Take me through it.
Just it's in terms of most popular. I think it's in terms of most watched on Letterboxd.
Right.
Yeah, most reviews on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
So Barbie's obviously at the top.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Yeah.
Superbad. Juno. Lego Batman. He plays Robin, doesn't he?
Yes.
It's a very underlooked
5-star film. It's the best Batman film of all time. Nobody can change my mind. No one.
I don't quite go that far, but it's very
Name
good.
a better Batman film.
Yeah, I've seen here you've given it 5 stars in that book.
I have.
Someone I follow has
Best.
given it 2 stars.
No.
It's a man named Joel. I won't name drop any further.
Better not be my tutor.
It is not. He goes to my college. I assume he doesn't. Or he was in the year above. He's left. I assume he doesn't listen to this. If you do listen, Joel, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm about to read your review of Lego Batman.
Sound Joel. Go on then.
Due to the last film I watched, I had one too many drinks and watched this. Well, now I must dig. I must dig even further.
You simply must. Indulge me, Fred.
But the thing is, how far do I have to scroll back to find this?
Take my denim shirt off, Fred.
Earliest first. No, I don't want to do earliest first. I want to do latest first.
Got the Boys Don't Cry t-shirt on. It's a classic.
So what else is there from this news story that we've got?
Well, that's sort of it, really, Fred. The thing that baffles me most is that he's been allowed to try it 4 times. I can imagine he'd be the sort of man that every time he tries it, he's in a slightly different, he's got slightly different facial hair. So the first time he went, he was clean shaven. Went next time with a beard, and then sort of maybe he just had a mustache and some glasses and a fake nose.
Those big, the big fake noses, something like that. It really.
I feel like that's the level of disguise that would come from someone attempting to cross the Atlantic Ocean in a hamster wheel.
That's what I you know what I think I'd try once. I just wouldn't fail.
You'd go through with it.
I'm making it first time. I don't care.
That's fair. I think definitely one of those things is easier said than done. But yeah.
Well, I think I'd just try. I mean, it doesn't say in the article whether we tried this or not. I think something else I'd try is getting a plane ticket.
Yeah.
And just flying from.
That'd be easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just fly.
I think that this guy has got the right idea, though.
He's got perseverance.
He could
that's
make.
what I like from a man. That's what I like from a team leader.
He could. You say planes. You could get a plane. You could probably get a ferry.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a new form of transportation, and I think this guy could head the business.
A self-driven hamster wheel.
Yeah, or a chain of them. You just sit in Zorbs and there's one guy at the front on a bike, pedalling really fast.
Like a conga line.
Yeah.
So, just to get back to you on Joel's letterbox.
Yeah.
I found the previous film that he watched before the Lego Batman movie. It's called Notes from Melanie.
Okay.
It is 20 minutes long.
Right.
He gave it no stars.
No stars.
Whether that means that it's not long enough to warrant a review, or whether it means it was just painfully bad.
Yeah.
I'll read you the synopsis.
Okay.
A screenwriter known for rip-off mockbusters asks his successful former colleague for feedback on his first serious script.
Is that it?
Yeah. That's what it says.
And that's 20 minutes long.
Assuming,
So it's basically just a 20-minute long conversation.
I'm assuming Melanie is the successful former colleague.
Yeah.
No one famous in it. Not directed by anyone famous.
Huh.
Is that Vince McMahon?
No way.
No, it's not Vince McMahon.
There's no way.
It was not Vincent Kennedy.
Is that Vince McMahon?
It wasn't Vince McMahon.
Crikey.
I just tricked myself.
We should have a guest on here at some point.
And we should. Ben has said he's willing to do it.
Yeah?
Ben.
Maybe
I
episode
think
3.
So. Jamie has said he's willing to do it.
Yeah.
Annie has said she's willing to do it.
Perfect. We're going to have a whole couch full of people. Wow. Still haven't got the budget to film, but...
Neve said she'd do it, but she said she would be painfully awkward and wouldn't want to listen to it back afterwards.
Oh, well, that's alright. She doesn't have to.
Yeah.
We can, and we can laugh at her. Sorry, Neve, I didn't mean it.
Yeah. We're just going to make a thing out of name dropping Neve every
sure.
episode.
Hi, Neve.
Hi, Neve. How are you?
Neve's
How you
great.
Doing? How you doing? Okay. What did you get up to this weekend, Zach? You got up to something
Yes. That's the... I was at BBC Radio 2 Party in the Park in Vicky Park in Leicester, Fred. And guest tickets, courtesy of a particular DJ at Radio 2 that I won't name for security reasons. And
Oh, fucking hell. I just made a weird noise. Start over.
That was
Take
carbonara, Fred.
Take two.
Anyway, so yeah, the guest area was awesome.
What was
It's really good. No line at all
Ooh,
to get in.
wicked.
Another car park, literally just rocks in 20 empty spaces.
Is it one of those
Picks one.
things where it's like once you're in, you can't get out, so the food prices are extortionately
Yeah,
high?
yeah. It was £5 for a coffee.
Oh,
And stuff, yeah.
that's a dent in the bank account
yeah.
if ever I did hear one.
But it was great. They had like canopies up and little picnics. There was a chaise lounge, Fred.
There was a chaise
There
lounge.
was with a memory foam mattress.
Was the
it
chaise
was insane.
lounge mentioned in the Wet Leg song? Is it the chaise lounge?
I don't think it is the chaise lounge. But yeah, so it was basically just a section for friends and family of people at Radio 2 and people at the BBC and of the acts, obviously. And yeah, it was really well done. It was really nice, and there was big TV screens. So you basically just chilled in there, and then if you wanted to see one of the acts, you just come out and onto the field and watch it. You know,
Yeah.
from the stage. You got quite close. But there were a few celebrities that reared their ugly heads into the guest area.
Including one of my favourite celebrities of all time is coming up. I won't tell you which one.
Okay,
I'll
well,
just make a weird noise.
The first one was Owain the drumming.
It was
Weatherman.
not.
It wasn't
Owain.
Owain the drumming weatherman.
I'm a fan of Owain the drumming
Yeah.
weatherman, but I'm
He
not
was-
too familiar with his game.
He was very boldly dressed.
I saw.
Very, very bright pink chicken pants. He said he liked my shades though.
Did he?
That was nice. And then
What shades are blue?
yes,
They're very blue. And I don't
Very
mean the
blue.
frames are blue. The lenses.
the lenses are very blue.
So
yeah.
blue.
Very blue.
So blue.
And we said that we'd seen him on Freeze the Fear. You heard of that?
I have not heard
With
of that.
Wim Hof. He's like some sort of mental Scandinavian Iceman who like
I
takes
love
ice baths.
The Scandinavians.
Scandinavian Iceman. And
Not
he
my
was,
favourite.
it was basically just loads of celebrities
Yeah.
getting really cold, really.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's better than it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he said it was bloody cold. Yeah, quite like that. And saw Sam Ryder play. Saw Tears for Fears headline on Saturday night.
I heard Tears for Fears sound check on my Friday night Leicester adventure.
Yeah.
But I will save that for
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
you've told your anecdote.
But yeah, it was very good. But yes, so I met Rylan. Did I tell you that?
That's him! That's the favourite celebrity.
His
I
teeth
love
were
Rylan.
so scary.
Rylan, I don't know what it is about Rylan. I just
It
love
was
it.
scary.
My favourite Rylan moment, because I have a favourite Rylan
Yeah.
moment, is he was on the celebrity special of Taskmaster,
Right.
the Greg Davies
Yeah.
and Alex Horn
Yeah.
show. And
Good show.
it's a great show. And he was on the celebrity special, and John Hannah, the actor, the Scottish actor, was kicking off about something.
Yeah.
And Rylan, taking the piss out of him, went, "Oh, what in your film. That was just like...
I like him. But yeah, teeth were right. I mean, they were massive. They were huge. They weren't just white, they were huge.
I feel for his mum. His mum's just been through surgery. I don't know what she's had. I know his mum's been through surgery. And 2 people I get confused.
Yeah.
Ryland's mum.
Yeah.
And Harry Redknapp's wife.
Right.
In my head are the same person.
Okay. Maybe they are.
Just throwing that.
Maybe they are. Maybe. Ryland Redknapp. Maybe.
It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, it actually has. Jamie Vardy was the other person that I met, and here's where the anecdote comes in.
The name drop.
I went with my parents.
Yep.
My dad's off getting a beer, and I'm sitting down at a table, and my dad sort of beckons me over, and I think, maybe there's a problem with the drinks or something, whatever, carrying them or something. So I go over to the bar, and then he sort of turns around and like points in the general direction and says, "Look over there." I'm like, holy fucking shit, it's Jamie Vardy. We saw him score an absolute worldie on well, it wasn't a worldie, but it was a good finish.
It was in 26 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, about that. And I was like, holy shit! And it's weird when you see something like that, where you've just seen him on the telly. He did that the other night. We watched it live, and now he's here. I mean, designer dressed up to the eyeballs, absolutely up to the eyeballs.
Well, when you have that money,
yeah. And so I met him, had a photo with him. He was really sound, and I tell you what, I was brave. So gave him a handshake. Very smooth hands.
Was it a firm handshake? Was it a sloppy fish?
It was firm, but very smooth. Okay. Not much manual labour, I think, throughout his life.
No, I suppose, was he like a bricklayer or something before?
I don't know, but I imagine his feet would have been pretty rough, but I didn't feel them. And then I extended the fist when I left him, and he greeted it with another fist. He did. So I met him, and that was great. And then bloody Kylie Minogue was... my mum doesn't like him, my dad doesn't like him. Well, I'm sorry.
For the record, I'm a Kylie fan.
Yeah, well, that's fair. You seem like a Kylie fan.
You listen to my playlist, it's like, you got Rage Against the Machine, and you headbang, and then Lucky, I should be so lucky. That's not even the tune, the song.
Yeah. About 10 minutes into Kylie's set, my dad's realised he's had enough. Having been mistaken for Richard Hammond mere minutes before, there were a group of lads. They were horrible people, really, but all pointing at him, going, "Richard Hammond, Richard Hammond," and people would turn around, going, "Where?" And my dad was just sort of gave a solemn wave, and so we thought, right, now 10 minutes in, he thought, I've had enough of this, so we went out. Who takes his place? My old pal, Jamie. He recognises me.
Right.
Says, "You alright, mate?" And I'm like, "Yeah, alright." Recognised me from earlier, accompanied by Wagatha Christie, who tries to get on his back, and then it kicks off, because all these lads, turns out, are massive Leicester fans, right? So it kicks off, Jamie, can I get a photo with you, Jamie? And he's rolling his eyes, trying to get away. And all of a sudden, it starts to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and getting further away and further away from the edge. And I was standing with my mum at this point, and she's sort of shouting me, saying, "Are you alright?" Because we can barely see each other loads. It's going mental. And I was, stay calm. I was like, "Yeah, I'm alright, But I mean, there were a few. This old man, who's about 60, really pushing me in the back, trying to get past me. Not even to Jamie, just like to
Kylie,
to somewhere. Yeah, to Kylie. So it was mental. And then, so my mum was getting quite stressed. Jamie Vardy turns around to my mum and says, "It's all right, love. I've got him. It's all right, love. I've got him. He's with me. I'll look after him." Yeah. I was thinking, what the fuck? Jamie Vardy's just said, "I'll look out." What the fuck? So then, he like Moses. He parts the sea of the hustle and bustle, Fred, with his fucking 7-foot wingspan, and then says, "Go across me," like that, and I'm crotch to crotch with Jamie Vardy, looking up at him, and his bouncer obviously thinks I've got the wrong idea, so his bouncer gives me a hefty push on the chest and goes to grab me to tell me off, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Then Jamie turns round and says, "It's all right, he's with me." He says, "He's with me, he's all right." And I was like, I was in a daze. I was in I was dazed and confused. And so then Vardy escorts me out the crowd, and I'm saying, you know, and then my dad comes back saying, "What the hell just happened?" I'm like, "I don't even know." And so, in short, I'm best friends with Jamie Vardy now. So, yeah, if some sort of freak accident happens and Jamie Vardy ends up stumbling across this podcast, then hi Jamie, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Thanks for saving my life. He saved my life from a maelstrom of his own creation, though. I think
it's like Victor Frankenstein, like pulling the trigger on Victor Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah. That's my little anecdote. So that's my fun fact. I'm best friends with Jamie Vardy.
So that's where you've been this weekend.
That's where I've been. Where have you been this weekend, Fred?
I've been to the De Montfort Hall
to see
none other than the Loose Women live.
Loose Women live.
So I was in college.
Of bloody course you have.
I was in college, and a friend of mine said, "Loose Women." Basically, and I was like, I love Loose Women so much. I so much love Loose Women. My favourite is Denise Welsh.
Yeah.
And then, approximately 1 hour later, I've left college, get a message from said friend. My brother's got us tickets for Loose Women Live on Friday night.
Wow.
With Denise Welsh. I was like, oh my god, it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
Denise Welsh, famously the mother of Matty Healy from 1975.
Didn't know that.
So my Loose Women obsession started when I was in lockdown.
Yeah.
Coronavirus got everyone, and I had nothing to do, so I knew Matty Healy's mum was on Loose Women.
Yeah.
So I watched one episode of Loose Women, and she was on it, and I loved it, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow. It's a rotating panel, Loose Women.
Right.
So there's like 20 different Loose Women.
Yeah.
But it's a different four each day.
Yeah.
And I go on again. No Denise Welsh.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Where's Denise? Where is Denise? But I think I'm in
What
lockdown.
have you done with her?
Where have you put Denise? It was Janet Street Porter.
Hardly Denise. Pales in comparison.
But I'm like, I'm in lockdown. I've got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And then it comes up in the bottom hand of the corner. Later on in Loose Women, we'll have none other than Johnny Rotten from Sex Pistols. So I think, Denise Welsh isn't on there, but I may as well watch it because Johnny Rotten's coming up later. Ended up loving that episode, and just became like an avid viewer. And now I just watch Loose Women from time to time when I get the chance. And I went to see them live. Denise waved at me twice. I was second row. I was second. I had a view proper up there. There's a
right up the shaft.
But I saw there's a woman sat behind me. Must have been about 65. I think I was like one of about 20 males in that room, to be honest, because they're all obviously middle-aged women going to see Loose Women. That's the target audience.
Yeah.
So I think me and my friend are like the two youngest people in this
in the auditorium,
in this room. Anyway, this woman behind me, she must be about 65. And like halfway through, we're approaching the end. They're like wrapping things up, and the woman behind me just goes, "Denise," and Denise is like, "Yes, love." "Have me picture taken with you."
Did you ask?
I didn't ask, no. I wish I had done. But she goes, "Have my picture taken with you." And Denise goes, "Meet me at the stage door and I'll see what I can do." And Denise goes, "I love you." And this woman goes, "I love you, Denise." Literally, and that is not me exaggerating her voice.
Denise fan
that
club.
is genuinely her voice.
Wow.
It's like, "I love you, Denise." And like every 2 minutes after that, she's like, "Denise, I love you, Denise." I think
He sounds angry about it.
And then, like, obviously, at the end of the show, the Loose Women will go away because, like, they're done.
Yeah.
This woman, like, goes up to the stage, like, "Denise told me I could have my picture taken. Where's Denise gone? Where's Denise? I love you, Denise."
Just jumping
Here's my highlight. The woman sat next. That was the one behind me.
Yeah.
The woman sat next to me. So I got my friend on my right, and this woman sat next to him on the left, and she goes, every like 20 seconds they could say anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't even like there was like a really depressing part of the show where they were all talking about like all their like near death experiences.
Crikey.
This woman sat next to me
Sounds jam-packed.
every 20 seconds. This woman just goes. But then my absolute favourite, it's not my favourite part of the show, it's actually quite a depressing part of the show,
Right.
but it really made me chuckle because I was with my friend
Yeah.
and her mum was there.
Yeah.
Her mum was trying to get across that she's not like that into Loose Women.
Yeah.
She just sort of watches it when she's got the time.
Yeah.
One of the Loose Women, it was Charlene. Charlene
Yeah.
goes. She was talking about racism because Charlene is a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about racism and she's talking about how like the racism that she can get when they do like an all black panel.
Yeah.
And everyone is like the crowd are booing racism.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
my friend's mum,
Yeah.
who was portraying herself as not a massive Loose Women fan, was like, they should be ashamed of themselves. That is what's wrong with this country. They should all be ashamed of themselves.
I wish I was there. Sounds like a riot, Fred.
It went on
Sounds
for
like a riot.
it went on for about 3 hours.
3 hours.
At one point, like
The Loose
at one
Women.
point, Charlene goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, 10 years after her X Factor win, it's Sam Bailey."
Holy
Sam Bailey
shit.
comes on, sings a little song,
Seriously?
then goes off again.
Whoa!
So,
Are they on tour?
yeah,
Are
they're
they?
on tour, but it's a different Four Loose Women every night, much like the show. I think I probably saw the best lineup.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds like a barrel of laughs. Sounds
yeah.
like great.
but I got Dirty Den, who's my favourite Loose Woman,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
all I really care
Yeah.
about.
That's the moral of the
So
story.
that's where they confiscated my bag
Oh.
because my bag was too big to take into the auditorium,
Oh.
and they couldn't find it. They found it in the end.
Did they find that bomb?
The bomb I had crammed in there. I was like, there is not a bomb in this bag. They're like, right,
Oppenheimer style.
we're taking that from you.
Double O Oppenheimer.
So that's where I've been.
Yeah. Nice one.
That's my travels.
Now, Fred, as you know,
Mm-hmm. Oh, is this the second one?
I saw this news story while I was searching for stuff to talk about in this episode.
Yeah.
And I saw that Elon Musk has had a secret baby with Grimes. Okay. And
Where is this going?
naturally, he's given it some stupid name,
Yeah.
which I won't reveal
Okay.
yet.
Have I got
Just
guessed
quite
the name?
yet. Okay.
Okay.
And it said they purposely kept the child's life private. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll have the answer once we're done with this new segment.
Okay.
Roll the jingle.
I can't be bothered to come up with another jingle, Zach.
That's right. It's time for Celebrity Baby Name or Transformer. So in front of me here, Fred, I have 10 names. And you will have to guess whether they are a celebrity baby name or the name of a transformer. Are you ready, Fred?
I am.
Are you ready?
I'm so
Are we
ready.
steady? 1. Geo Grace.
Okay.
Number 1.
Grace.
Geo Grace.
I'm thinking Grace. Something that's a girl, little girl.
You'd be right.
I think that's a celebrity.
You'd be right. Any guesses as to
Geo Grace. Rachel Riley.
Adam Levine and Bahati
Oh.
Prinslow's
Okay.
child?
Okay.
Are we ready for number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2 is Maddox.
Maddox. I think that's another celebrity's baby.
I think you'd be right, Fred.
Ooh,
Any guesses?
One of the Kardashians?
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are we ready for number 3?
I
There's
am.
10 of these. Can't wait. We wait for ages. Jazz. We're easing you into it.
Jazz. I think Jazz is a transformer.
That's correct. That's correct. It's a transformer. You are good at this. You're good at this. It's pissed me off. Right, number 4. Destry.
Celebrity baby.
It's a celebrity baby. He's on fire. Can you go for the Queen sweep, Fred?
Who is
the child
best
of Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw?
Nice.
Number 5.
Okay, yeah.
Bit of a curveball. TECHNO MECHANICUS.
I think that's Elon Musk.
It is! He's a Fred is on fire. It's true.
Oh,
Elon Musk has named his new baby TECHNO MECHANICUS. I don't know why. That's why they kept the child's life a secret. Because he would have been assassinated. Anyway, number 6. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Moon Unit.
That's Frank Zappa's
Yeah,
child.
it's Frank Zappa's child. I'd heard of that one before.
Yeah.
I'd heard of that one before. Child of Frank Zappa and Adelaide Gale Zappa. Are we ready for number 7?
I am ready for number 7.
Ultra Magnus.
I really, really wanted to be a celebrity baby name, but I think it's a Transformer.
It's a Transformer! He's insane! He's insane!
Okay.
It's a Transformer, Fred. Can't fool you. Next, Blur.
Celebrity baby name.
It's a Transformer! I got you! It's a Transformer, Fred. Why would that be a baby name? Come on, Fred. Think. Really. Come on. Be sensible, Fred.
Okay.
Blur's the name. Okay. Are we ready for number 9? The penultimate. Satchel.
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 Celebrity baby.
It's a celebrity baby. Woody Allen and Mia Farrow. Are we ready for the last one? Silverbolt.
Transformer.
It's a Transformer. That didn't stump you quite as much as I hoped it would do, but I reckon it would got the desired reaction. Celebrity baby name or Transformer. There will be a jingle, and you will have just heard it. We hope it's good. But yeah, that concludes this segment, and I feel we should now segue seamlessly by deliberately and obviously pointing out that we're segueing to talk about You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. So, have you got your notes with you, Fred?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, You Are So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah, new 2023 film. It's a Netflix original. In the news a lot for starring
Sonny Sandler.
Sonny Sandler, Adam Sandler, Mrs. Sandler, and...
Although Mrs. Sandler's only in it for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and Firstborn Sandler. I only know Sonny and Adam, I don't know anything else. So, I've written up a little summary. It follows the story of two best friends, Stacey and Lydia, the former being played by the daughter of professional vuvuzela Adam Sandler, Fred, as they plan their respective bar mitzvahs. But chaos ensues when they both fall for the same boy in their class by the name of Andy Goldfarb, which was one of my favourite parts of this film. The two grow apart as a result, and tensions reach a climax when Stacey ruins Lydia's bar mitzvah party after accidentally playing an embarrassing entrance video of her in front of all the guests. This causes troubles within their friendship group. Stacey is left alone to contemplate the fallout of her actions. Things work out in the end, however, as often is the case with these coming-of-age bar mitzvah type movies. And the whole gang gets back together at the end to celebrate Stacey's entrance into womanhood. So that is the basic plot of the film. I didn't think, right off the bat, it was too bad. I didn't think it was too bad. I quite liked it.
Awful.
I quite liked it. As far as Happy Madison films go, I feel this was pretty highbrow when you compare it to The Do-Over or The Wrong Missy or... You know, I'd say Benchwarmers, but that's a particular favourite of mine. So
it wasn't the Jack and Jill bad.
It wasn't Jack and Jill bad. It was pretty good. So the movie starts out with your classic girl in middle school monologue. You know, it's... You know, you think this is hard, try being a girl in middle school. But something that stood out to me was that she talks about all these different tribal traditions and, you know, coming of age and stuff. She points out, she compares being a girl in middle school to wearing gloves filled with fire ants and trying to withstand the pain without tears coming out of your eyes, because then you would be considered a man. And I feel like that was a rather bold move for the script writers. I think that definitely set the tone of the film as a very teenagery sort of.
I was sort of distracted the whole time by the fact that I know someone who looks exactly like the antagonist of the film.
Andy Goldfarb.
No, Andy Goldfarb's girlfriend. The girl who actually isn't invited to the bar. I know someone who looked exactly like her.
Right.
And I just felt the whole time I didn't like that.
Yeah, well, you're not meant to like the character.
No, but I was just like,
you are.
I was like, it's her. It's that girl that I know. Why is she American and in an Adam Sandler movie? Why is she there?
Was a little weird. We get the opening scene. We're introduced to the love interest of the film, Andy Goldfarb.
Andy Goldfarb.
I want to be called. Why can't I be called Andy Goldfarb, Fred? But also, she says he's the hottest guy in 7th grade.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking, maybe being a girl in middle school is harder than having fire ants on your hands. Because if he's the hottest guy, and I am aware I'm talking about a 14-year-old boy, but
they're grasping at straws really with them.
I don't think he was the right person to cast in that role. He was suitably annoying, though, I think.
So, I wrote, as the film starts after the fire ant segment and the dream bar mitzvah, she's kissing the mirror, and it really reminded me of Neil deGrasse Tyson. Allow me to explain.
What the fuck?
Allow me to explain why it reminded me of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That was a curveball and a half.
If you go on Neil deGrasse Tyson Twitter, his X page, whatever the fuck it's called now, Neil deGrasse Tyson tweets like every fucking 4 years. Did you know, if you kiss a mirror, you could only kiss it on the lips? And every 4 years he tweets, you can only kiss your reflection on the lips. And did you know you can only kiss your reflection on the lips? And I just have this very vivid image of Neil deGrasse Tyson every 4 years just going, I'm going to try it again. Rats! No!
Rats!
Gets back on...
Did you?
Gets back on Twitter. You still can't kiss your reflection anywhere else.
And believe me, I've tried.
But yeah, that scene...
That was funny. I love Adam Sandler in this film because he's in exactly the same outfit that he's been wearing since the 90s. Say what you will about him, but he's always ready to party, isn't he?
This film... Always. It shocked me. I shocked myself on this film. Yeah. Because I am not an Adam Sandler lover.
No?
A lot of his films annoy me. 50 First Dates... Can't handle it. All those ones, all those terrible rom-coms. I really like Punch Drunk Love, the Paul Thomas Anderson film. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
No.
That's a really good film with Adam Sandler and Philip Seymour Hoffman. And I really like Uncut Gems.
I need to see that.
With Adam Sandler and Idina Menzel, directed by the Safdie brothers. I really like that film. Other than that, a lot of Adam Sandler's filmography, very take it or leave it. Yeah. And a lot of that is the character that Adam Sandler plays, so he plays himself every 5 minutes. Yeah. I think this film actually needed more Sandler.
Read that in your review. I think, he wasn't in it as much as I thought he was going to be. It was very Sonny Sandler focused. Which, that was the direction.
Pushing a new star, I get behind it.
Yeah, fair. But he has been wearing the same outfit.
He has the shorts, the cargo shorts,
and to be fair, it was pointed out, I think, in the film.
I also like one of the sticky out moments to me. which is like one of my favourite moments, which was my takeaway, when I tell people about this film, I tell people about this moment. Adam Sandler's on FaceTime.
Yeah.
With Sonny.
Yeah.
And he goes, I hear you're on your period. You want heavy flow? You want medium flow? You extra crunchy? Sorry, I'm buying peanut butter. I got confused. That film should have ended there. It didn't get any better. It didn't get any worse.
I like that. I did like that. It was funny. But before that, a joke that I laughed out loud at, I found it quite funny, was when Stacey's trying to convince... Stacey is Sonny Sandler. Trying to convince him that she's ready to be a woman, and she says, I've had my period for 7 months now, Dad.
He goes, that's a long period.
That's a long period, honey. Another one of my...
All of the quotable moments from this film come from Adam Sandler, including, towards the end of the film, a line which I don't know the exact line, so I am paraphrasing here. It's something like, we went through the Holocaust so you can have a mojito bar!
Yeah, that was good. One of the first lines you said in the film was, they were at the first of many bar mitzvahs to be featured in the film, and there was a shit DJ on.
Yes.
But everyone was bouncing around having a good time. And he said, why does everyone like this idiot? And that made me question why I was watching yet another Happy Madison film. But I persevered. And it paid off, I think.
It was a decent
film. Yeah.
Not as bad as Jurassic Shark.
No. Nowhere near as bad. Jurassic Shark's not a film. It's an art piece.
So, the whole film to me felt like a trailer.
Yeah.
I think it was the music.
Yeah.
It felt...
These reminded me of Heartstopper.
I've never seen Heartstopper, so I can't really...
Very much like
Heartstopper. It felt like at any given moment it was going to like cut to black with like big pink letters saying like, this fall.
Yeah.
Join Sonny Sandler as she goes... Like the whole film felt like it was about to burst into like a scene like that. Which I guess that's the editor's fault.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's an interesting take. So what happens next is Stacey and Lydia, who is the character that
I remind me somewhere now. Yeah,
get in with the cool crowd.
Yeah,
end up on the edge of a cliff.
They jump off a cliff,
which I found a bit weird. That just this unsupervised, just spot of natural beauty and wonder, and all these teenagers are, having fun. But she gets peer pressured into jumping off, and then she dies.
Film ends.
If only. No, no, but it's not the end of the film. They psychos her. Only a tampon falls. It wasn't a tampon, was it? It was a pad.
Pad, yes.
Yeah, and that was a cringy moment. A cringe,
it's
but
meant to be.
Not in a good, but in a way that you're meant to. It was effective. It was effective. Then she gets angry at Lydia.
I don't understand why she gets as angry at Lydia, because they make the point. Stacey makes the point that Lydia isn't like defending Stacey.
Yeah,
it's like you laughed with them.
She absolutely didn't.
She doesn't. She's right. She doesn't defend Stacey.
Yeah.
She doesn't laugh though.
No.
She her lip like curls as if it's going to smile, and she sort of like fights it back.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "You laughed with everybody.
You were
else."
laughing with everyone."
And then she goes like,
"There's a lot of teenage girls sass."
She's like, "Call it my crush on Flamborg is pronounced dead at 3:15 p.m.
on the Flamborg." Definitely one of those names. But I mean, all houses that were featured in the film made me wonder, what the fuck did the parent do to afford these houses?
Adam Sandler is obviously...
He's a hitman.
Adam
Sandler's a hitman. What are they doing to afford these houses? All these 14-year-olds living in fucking mansions. It's insane. So Lydia throws a house party, ends up kissing Andy Goldflurb or whatever. Andy Phineas and Flurb. And then we get they said the thing moment where Stacey gets angry at her again and says, "You are so not invited to my bar mitzvah." And we're like, "Oh, that's the thing."
It
She
took
said the thing.
about approximately 45 minutes to get to that point.
Yeah.
The film's an hour and a half long. You know.
It was good. It was a good they said the thing though, because you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It's good. You know, this film, with what it was trying to do, was good.
When she said, "You're so not invited to my bar mitzvah,"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
that is what the film's called."
It's the thing.
Because I'd forgotten that the film was called that.
Yeah.
So and it took so long to get to that point that I was starting to question whether there was actually going to be a plot point
Yeah.
about someone not being invited to a bar
yeah.
mitzvah. At that point, I was like, everyone's fine. Everyone's
Well, I
nice
didn't know
and
it's
friendly.
based off a graphic novel.
Everything's based off a graphic novel these days.
Everything, but yeah, that surprised me at the end. There was a lot of characters in the film, but you know, not a lot.
None of them were memorable.
No,
I didn't like any of them. Really. I liked
fucking
Adam Sandler.
hated the bemulleted lesbian rabbi teacher.
Yeah.
Didn't like her at all.
Great.
She was
wasn't
cringy
great.
and didn't like her at all. I feel like some films do that sort of cool teacher thing, or you know, just like nice teacher thing really well. Wonder,
Like
I think,
Paul. No, my
really
favourite
good.
is Paul Rudd in Perks of Being a Wallflower. I think
I haven't decided to watch that as well. But
it's a very great example of like the nice teacher.
yeah. I just don't think this was. She was just annoying. She was really
something else
annoying.
that really baffled me about like the school setting is they mentioned they're in 7th grade, so they're about 12.
Yeah.
Sunny Sandler
looks like
she's 14 in real life, I think.
Yeah, it's
but
weird.
she's playing a 12-year-old, but she looks like she's a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Lydia, I don't know how old she is in real life.
She
looks
about
about
11.
13. She looks like the age she's playing.
Yeah.
Cuts to like the other friends that Lydia and Stacey have,
Yeah.
who are meant to be the same age and they're like just sort of side characters.
Yeah.
One of them's like a little tubby ginger girl. Like, let's cut that out. One of them's just this little ginger girl.
Yeah.
She looks about 9.
Yeah.
The
casting
other one
wasn't great.
looks about 9.
Yeah.
But they're like meant to be realistically hanging out with like 19-year-old Sunny Sandler and 12-year-old Lydia.
Yeah.
And like this 9-year-old ginger girl
Yeah.
is just kicking around with them as well.
I think-
Who genuinely, unironically, this little ginger girl has a genuine line where she's taking pictures of. Stacey has a bit in the film where she's trying to make herself look better for Andy Goldflube, and she makes herself look better and try and pull him away from Lydia, and she does this by wearing her older sister's clothes,
Yeah.
and putting makeup on and whatever, and gets the ginger girl to come and take pictures of her for the Instagram. And the ginger girl genuinely says, unironically, "Slay Queen."
Oh,
And I saw that. And I went,
Yeah,
A little
didn't
pe-
like that.
a little
I can't
piece of me
believe that
died.
Mrs. Sandler didn't play their mum. Because
Yeah,
she looks
it was
so much like them.
randomly Idina Menzel.
Yeah.
The woman from Frozen. Just
Yeah,
like
it
comes.
was so weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird, that casting decision. Very
Yeah,
strange.
yeah.
Yeah, really strange. I do think that Randy Foldfarb was a good casting, though, because he was suitably annoying, I
Yeah.
think. So, Stacey gets caught kissing Andy
She does.
in the temple. Adam
Yeah.
Sandler, not happy. Lots
No.
of angry Jews.
Mm.
It's not a nice time
No.
for the film, and that's where we fought the Nazis so you could have a whatever.
We
line
went through the
comes in.
Holocaust so you can have a mojito bar.
That's where that line comes in. And so then the whole thing with Lydia and Tandy Moldmob sort of prompts Stacey to make an embarrassing entrance video that then, by some freak accident, plays at Lydia's bar mitzvah, and you know that's the big climax of the film. The tensions rise, and you know they clash, and then within 5 minutes, like is often the case,
Yeah.
everyone's all friends again, because Stacey does a big old apology speech. She calls out Andy Moldfarb and you know, and says, you know, you're actually not cool, and like all that sort of
You are
quirky
totally not
teenage.
from our
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then everyone's fine. And then they have a kick-ass bar mitzvah to end the film.
So I haven't really looked at my notes.
Yeah.
So I just have, and I've just got two things I'd like to say. One, the way that Stacey said Buddhist annoyed me. She goes, I'm basically a Buddhist monk.
Buddhist.
And that just really caught me off guard.
Very American.
And then the other thing is, well, there's something else I couldn't take the film seriously at any point. I know it was a comedy.
Yeah.
But they apart from Stacey, they all looked about 9.
Yeah.
I just really couldn't.
Yeah.
Get it. But the main thing, another main thing that annoyed me, is during the initial Stacey and Lydia argument.
There's quite a few of them in there.
The first one, the one after the
after
the cliff jump.
Yeah.
Which can I just say, I would just do the cliff jump.
Yeah.
I'd do it. But it wasn't that big of a cliff, really.
Yeah.
But after their first argument,
as long as you weren't wearing a.
Oh, as long as I wasn't wearing a pad. Yeah. She storms off. Stacey, this is.
Yeah.
And Lydia, when she storms off, Lydia goes, "Oh my God, Stacey, I can't even." And Stacey goes, "I can't even more," or something like that. And I was like, "What? What is it? What are you saying?"
I think either it's really poorly written or it's just genius.
Yeah.
That it's so meta. That...
It felt like a Jewish, terrible version. Those two things do not correlate.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are separate points of the Haley Steinfeld film Edge of 17.
Right.
Have you seen Edge of 17?
I've seen bits.
It's a good film.
Bits and pieces.
It's a good film. Basically, 2 teenagers fall out.
Yeah.
And then make up again.
Yeah.
But the reason why Edge of 17 trumps this massively is, one, the teacher in Edge of 17 is just played by Woody Harrelson, not a molested lesbian.
Yeah.
Who is painfully unfunny.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, in the film Edge of 17, they're all played by 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they all look about 17.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is just coming from me, a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
But you feel it more.
Yeah.
Whereas watching these 9-year-olds going, "Oh my God, I can't even."
Yeah.
Really just didn't do anything for me. That's how I felt.
Have you got a final rating of the film, Fred?
I gave it 3 stars out of 5.
I think I gave it 3 stars as well. It's not. I gave it more stars than Glass Onion.
You did. We should cover Glass Onion.
We should cover Glass Onion.
But that's just gonna be me being that would just be me I really like this, and you being I really
but
don't.
you calming me down. So yeah, I think I give it 3 stars, but it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't awful.
It wasn't too bad. I wonder, the listener, what you thought of this film. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, I'd say give it a watch.
Go and watch it.
Go
Come
and watch
back
it.
to us. Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, tell us what you think in the comment section down below. Tell us what you thought. Well, it's been a slightly longer episode today, depending on how much we cut. So I hope we haven't bored you too much. But thank you for listening. If you've listened this far in, all the way to the very end, we haven't told a Jamie story, but we haven't got one today. So we will have to ask Jamie. We'll have to have him as a guest, and we'll have to ask him next time. We'll provide you with a Jamie story. Very quickly though, he's training to become a DJ. So I thought I'd just...
There you go.
There you go.
Jamie story.
I thought I'd just post that one through the letterbox.
Right, I'm going to go and have my hazelnut sticks.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for listening for the second time ever. I've been Zach.
I've been Fred.
Hey, and this has been Cabin Pressure, episode 2. Roll the jingle.
Yeah.
Cabin Pressure.
This is outrageous.
Yeah. Cabin Pressure.